And hello, people, it's your friend Twins again. Yes, I am back. We are doing this 365-day journey in Stranded Deep. I left off starting to build my shelter and able to start stocking up on supplies. Something we all need to do because it actually is going to help you in the long run. Get your walls built. I plan on when I actually start building my living area. I kind of want to try to make it look really nice, like really fancy. I know definitely want to use clay for like the flooring, maybe some of the walls, but maybe some tarps too. I definitely want to make it more of like a armored fortress. And I know where I could get better equipment. It's just the transportation. Again, that's why I've actually did my raft up to how I did it. Because some of the things you can't tie down. It's just gonna, have to sit. And I know for certain panels that I'll be getting, I'll be able to put them in between the shelves, and that should be all right. Oh, and see, I just that's why I always say we gotta always keep stocking up. Gotta make another axe. And I believe I have enough materials to create a new axe. Alrighty. First things first, let's rebuild a hatchet. Okay, we need stone, sticks, and rope. Well, we'll need that. And that is why I've always said, make sure you have stones. I mean, you know, stones you think not so big about until you really need them, and then you're always in search of them. Matter of fact, like next time I'm out, that is one of the one things I will be collecting is any kind of stone. All right, let's see what time this is. 20:51. So I think I am going to actually grab some sleep. And I think at this point we will actually start doing some serious scavenging to where like we will be hitting multiple islands. So we know where we are. North. All right. We are going to go to the southwest, get over to the other island, our other home base, and we are going to start scavenging. Let's grab our basics here. Let's put anything that we don't need into our supplies here. Oh, we are low on food and water. Okay, I am full with water. And I need food of some kind. Okay. Remember, it's never worth killing yourself trying to get all the fish at once. Come up for air, don't worry about stuff. There's a lot of birds around my area too. That means I can always set snares for the birds. Day 35, and so far we are good. $330 days to go in game. I might be able to make it until that bottom one's cooked. That's a beautiful thing to see. The higher up, yeah. I'm pretty good on two of them. I still gotta get my physical, cooking, and hunting up. Or, should I try, I mean, I'm going to leave this kind of up to you guys. Should I leave how long I go at this game up to you guys to see, I mean, because 365 days, I don't know, man. I mean, 1 year in game, am I going to, I kind of want to, if you guys want to see me max out everything to see exactly how everything goes, if everything is maxed, I'll do that, man. I am here for you guys, to entertain you guys. I try to be real with my viewers. I'm 54 years old, and I know what I like when I'm watching a video. I want the person who is doing that video to interact with me. I want them to try to make the effort to hold my interest. If I make a request, I want to see it done. And I know it, for the people that have a lot larger crowd, it's a lot harder for them to do it. So, I'm not a real big YouTuber yet. I wouldn't mind being able to start live shows on YouTube, streaming and stuff like that, but I just gotta get the views. Morning blinker. Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to be a people pleaser. I'm not trying to suck up or anything like that. I'm not really I'm not really big into becoming famous. I just want to be able to start doing live broadcasts on YouTube. But don't get me wrong, I do appreciate the people who view me, because every single one of you are loved. Okay, I got food. When I start doing, when and if I start doing live shows, though, they are definitely going to be 18 and older. I know I spoke of some things on these videos, but I know I gotta hold back on being so open. I try to let my viewers into my life, but it's kind of hard to do that when I actually do have to kind of watch a little bit of what I say and what I talk about. That's why when I start live shows, I'm going to make it definitely aware that it's for 18 and older. Yeah, there is something. I mean, yeah, I'm always usually kind of scatterbrained. I will let people know that now on certain things because of situations I deal with in my own life. I have one thing I can talk about is I do have mental situations which makes it kind of hard for me to concentrate on certain things. All right. We got food going. I got food in my belly. I wouldn't mind getting my hunting up a little bit more. still good for food. That's always a beautiful thing. Physical is up. Yeah, that's one thing. I do go out and I will get mass amounts of food. It just saves a little bit of time in the long run. But it's like everyday life. If you want to eat, you got to get your food. Nobody wants to die of starvation here. Anyways, a little about me. I've done a few videos. A lot of you are probably going, does this guy have a job? No, I don't. Um, I'll be honest, I don't have a job. I can't work. Um, I have really bad health issues. I have had 4 Widowmaker heart attacks. I wish I could work. For me, it's kind of a slap in the face not to be able to work. It drives me crazy. I don't know. I just like being real with my audience. Nobody likes, somebody who's, seemingly Like they don't want to have anything to do with their audience. I've seen reactors like that, and it's like, yeah. I mean, the reaction might have been good, but just the interaction between them and their audience, yeah. They need to acknowledge audiences are there. Some of them do, a lot of them do, but I mean, there's been some that's just okay, very robotic. Okay, yeah, you guys wanted a reaction. Here's the reaction. Hope you enjoy. And then they just watch it and then give a mediocre thing at the end. But I mean, I'm no one to really pick because I just started out at this, so I'm probably right now one of those really boring streamers that people just watch because they have nothing else better to do. And I could understand that. Oh, look at that. We got some ding dings going on over here. Okay, we have that could go. Okay, what time is it? 17:52. Okay, let's give a quick save. Now, seeing that we will be going to the other home base directly, um, before we leave, I want to make sure that I have everything stored up ahead of time. So when I get there, I can instantly get my water supply going, and then my sleeping quarters. I wish they made a game. I wish they would come out with like a Stranded Deep Part 2. But where you could actually, of a more realistic building situation. Something like Stranded Deep 2, New Civilization. Where they actually put in like an actual continent where you escape from the island, you go to this new continent, but it's not just an island. It's actually like a huge continent where you could actually build like a homestead, raise cattle, and all that stuff. And that would be awesome. I got one more notch for physical, which is going to be awesome. Then it's just cooking and hunting, I believe. Yeah, cooking and hunting. Um, Yeah, the actual jugs holds 5 sips of water, which is awesome. Yeah, sometimes, the whole daily routine on the island when you're getting stuff going, it's, it's kind of slow. But it's better to be prepared and be ready for the next island than to get there and be like, oh my God, I'm so unprepared. I've done that so many times, just rushed everything. Got there and be like, oh crap, I don't have anything prepped. All right. That'll be done by morning. I really swear I gotta get myself a mini fridge to put in my gaming room. Because I really want, I argue with myself all the time because I really want to get up and get a Pepsi, but oh, duh. I have a 2 liter right here of cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi! Yes, okay. Sorry. I do have lunacy moments. Now, okay, I will say I'm an advocate for health, but there's a lot of things I do that's contradictory. Uh, I've acquired over my lifetime. I've acquired some very nasty habits. Smoking cigarettes. Oh God, yeah. It's like that's the worst. If I could go back in time and catch myself before I started smoking, okay, I would literally beat myself to an inch, to the edge of life. I would beat my own ass. And I would look at myself and I'll say, you ever touch a freaking cigarette again, I will come back and finish this job. Yeah, that's the worst thing I ever did was pick up a cigarette. So if you guys, I don't know the age group you're in, but man, if you're ever thinking about smoking, don't. Oh. Alright, more food. Alrighty. What are we? Okay, we're halfway through cooking. Yes, and I'm definitely thinking about doing a third video today. You know, I might just go all day long. You know, this is another reason why I wish I had the ability to go live stream. But I need the followers. And if you can dig how I am, and you can enjoy my videos, please, refer me to, hey, tell your friends about me. Hey, like and subscribe. When I first started getting used to going online, I had, I'll be honest, some of my older videos are very negative. And I decided to change my ways on that. I'm not going to be negative here. There's too much negativity in the world today. There is nothing but love and respect at this place. I don't know. In my life, I've learned a lot of stuff. I did a lot of things. I met some cool people in my life. But I had to put the effort to do that. And when I'm saying cool people, I'm not talking, everyday people. Some of you might know the title. You ever see the movie Kill Bill? Well, I had the opportunity, and it was an absolute joy. I was able to actually meet and hang out with Michael Madsen. I've met a couple good people in this world that were just amazing. And I was lucky, but it's because I put the effort forth. I had an open mind. I didn't turn down jobs that were odd. At the time, I had association with the Ghostlight Theater process. Or not the Ghostlight Theater, I'm sorry. I can't remember the name of the film company. But it was out of my hometown. It was just like a rinky-dink type of, theatric association. Me, I never thought I could get interested in anything like that until I actually started up in it, and I'll tell you, it was worthwhile. I had those opportunities, because I took the chance in life. Yeah, it was scary. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the whole situation and opportunity as it was scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry, scared the living daylights out of me. But once I understood what I had to do, it was actually really easy. It was like the easiest job I had to do. All I had to do was sit there and talk to famous people. Yeah. sir, what was your feelings when you were making this part of the movie? Simple stuff like that. And, getting into that situation, being able to spend, I mean, it was a 2-day event that I was at, to be able to spend 16 hours hanging out, just like you would hang out with any of your other friends, like you're sitting at home one night and, whatever your age group might be, say, it's a Friday night, you guys get home from school and you guys have your friends over. That's what it was like hanging out with them. But what amazing. I mean, the only thing, the things that he could tell you of his life was amazing. Everyday things that we would think would be failures in our lives, just a different aspect of what people see. Accidents can turn into amazing things if you let them. Look at potato chips. Ooh. And I believe, yes, smoked medium meat. Alrighty, we have our food. We're going to pick that up. We're going to pick that up. We got water. Let's make sure we have our water situation up to stock, because I'm sure when we get back to this island, we're going to need water. It always seems to work out that way. Make sure our water stills are completely stocked. All right. All right. Let's get everything fully stocked. Yeah, getting yourself a decent raft is definitely worth it, man. Blinker number 2. Now, what I'm about to discuss is for a more mature audience. Because, I just don't, maybe it's just me, but I don't understand some of these things going around these days. Alright, and maybe you guys can educate me a little bit. And I'm saying this in utmost respect because I know the younger crowds are more hip. Okay, they know what the hell is up with today's trends, fads, and all that. Now, I call it medicine because I use it as medicine. And I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Medicinal marijuana. I use it to control my rage issues. I do have situations to where I fly off the handle really easily, and it helps me maintain a very good attitude. That's putting it bluntly. But here's the thing. I got 5 minutes left here. Now I hear these people talk about doing a blinker and you're getting all twisted. I do blinkers all the time. Okay, and my stuff is I have the THC level in my pen is 60% THC. A lot of normal flower is 25% THC. I'll hit like 2 or 3 blinkers and I'm fine in a row. Now, are people overreacting to the effects, or is it just me? That's the one thing I want to know. I mean, I'm thinking maybe it's because maybe my tolerance is kind of jacked. I mean, I've been smoking since way before it was legal. I live in New York State, so it's completely legal now. But I was born in 1971. Okay, back in those days, I mean, if you got caught with marijuana, that was pretty much a jail sentence. Okay, 71, 81. Okay, I started smoking in 1981, or wait, 82, which is, yeah, God, I'm old. We are at the next island. We are at the next home base. We are going to save, have it a brand new day. And we're going to save. And I will cut this video here, and I will go directly into another video because I think we are having a good progressive day here. We are ready to start harvesting, start going to the different islands. We are ready to do this. All right, people. I will see you in the next one.